Anya, a bright-eyed 12-year-old, lived in a small, idyllic African village nestled amidst lush rainforests. Her days were filled with laughter, playing with her friends, and listening to her grandmother's tales of ancient heroes. But one fateful day, Anya's world was shattered by a dark secret that would forever change her life. It began with a strange feeling, a sense of unease that crept into her heart. Anya had always been close to her grandfather, Osei, a revered elder in the village known for his wisdom and kindness. He was her mentor, her confidant, the man she looked up to more than anyone else. But lately she noticed a change in him, a distant look in his eyes that seemed to mask something deeper. One evening, as Anya was helping her mother prepare dinner, she overheard a conversation between Osei and the village elder. Their voices were hushed, but Anya could make out fragments of their words. She heard them speak of a mistake, a burden, and a secret. Curiosity gnawed at her, and she couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Hello there. If you're enjoying this story, please like, comment, and share. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the description for more interesting stories. Driven by a mix of fear and determination, Anya decided to confront her grandfather. She found him sitting alone by the village well, his gaze fixed on the shimmering water. Gathering her courage, she approached him. "Grandpa, I heard you talking to the elder," she began, her voice trembling. "What were you talking about?" Osei hesitated, his eyes darting away. "Nothing important, Anya," he replied, his voice strained. "Just some old stories." But Anya wasn't convinced. She pressed him further, her voice growing louder. "I know you're hiding something from me. Please tell me what it is." Finally, Osei sighed and looked at Anya with a mixture of guilt and sadness. "I'm sorry, Anya," he said, his voice barely a whisper. "I made a terrible mistake." Anya's heart pounded in her chest as she listened to her grandfather's confession. He revealed that he had impregnated her mother, Amma, when she was just a child. The news was a shock, a betrayal that left Anya reeling. She couldn't comprehend how someone she loved so deeply could have done such a thing. The revelation sent shockwaves through the village. The elders, who had always held Osei in high esteem, were outraged. They demanded justice, arguing that such a crime could not go unpunished. Anya's mother, torn between her love for her daughter and her loyalty to her husband, was devastated. Anya found herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. She felt betrayed, humiliated, and consumed by a deep sense of shame. But at the same time, she couldn't help but feel a pang of pity for her grandfather. She knew he was suffering, and she couldn't bring herself to hate him. As the days turned into weeks, Anya struggled to come to terms with her situation. She was ostracized by the villagers who whispered behind her back and treated her like an outcast. Her friends abandoned her, afraid of being associated with the tainted girl. Despite the overwhelming pain and loneliness, Anya refused to give up. She clung to her hope, her belief that she could overcome this ordeal. She found solace in nature, spending hours wandering through the forest, seeking peace and solitude. One day, as Anya was sitting by the river, she heard a familiar voice. It was her grandmother, who had been missing for weeks. The old woman approached her with a gentle smile and sat down beside her. "I know you're hurting, Anya," she said, taking her granddaughter's hand. "But you must remember, you are not alone. We will get through this together." With her grandmother's support, Anya began to heal. She learned to forgive, not only her grandfather, but also herself. She realized that she was not responsible for her father's actions, and that she deserved to be loved and accepted. As time passed, The villagers gradually began to soften their hearts. They saw the strength and resilience in Anya, and they began to admire her courage. Slowly but surely, she was welcomed back into the community. Anya's story became a beacon of hope for the village. It taught them the importance of forgiveness, compassion, and understanding. And it proved that even in the darkest of times, love and resilience can prevail.